This is Earl Nightingale. The purpose of this recording is to tell you about and try to condense one of the most amazing books ever written, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, what's the secret of this amazing book? Why has this book, out of all the thousands of self-help books, remained the one towering giant? I think to understand this, you have to know Napoleon Hill as I do. The clear, unchallengeable fact that everything begins with an idea.
This material is what changed my life. This is the material I study every day. From being an immigrant woman, coming from poverty, and really coming to America and literally achieving the American dream. I can't even tell you how grateful I am for this man, for what he did for me and my family.
Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve.
Thoughts become things. And I always wonder, why did no one teach us this? Why did we not learn this in school? Why did we not learn this from our families? If you make your study a priority, your life will change.
See, there are very few people who take that necessary step to get to where they would love to be. They make a decision. It's in those moments of decision that your destiny is created. Yes, you've formed a new trajectory into a new life because of your decision to join us here with our wonderful family.
We're bringing to you over 15 years of my own experience of studying this material. I'm bringing it to you, our team. We're bringing to you this material. You're in for such an amazing journey.
Welcome to another beautiful day where we're sharing with you the law of success, which is all rooted in how you're thinking. My name is Troy Chadwick. I'm president of the Napoleon Hill Institute, and it's a pleasure for me to be here with you. Isn't it interesting? We've learned so much in such a short period of time. When in terms of at its core, it's all rooted in understanding that thoughts are things. Thoughts are energy. The thoughts are the magnets that attract to us the very things that we think. Now really soak that in for just a moment, because you have a magnificent power, which is your greatest power, which is your ability to choose your thoughts. See, you get to decide what you're going to make things mean. You get to decide what you're going to believe. You get to decide how you're going to go through a situation. You get to decide how you feel about yourself, which is what we're going to be talking about today. This wonderful, powerful gift that we have to choose our thoughts and to decide, to be decisive about what's going on in our minds. There's a beautiful line that I love to say frequently that Tony Robbins said a lot. It's in your moments of decision that your destiny is created. You want to change your destiny? Then be really good at being decisive. Now, maybe right now you're procrastinating and that's something that's happening in your life. Well, first thing you've got to recognize is that that's just a habit. That's the opposite of being decisive. Having said this, if you have a habit of procrastinating, guess what? You can choose to create a new habit of being decisive. And right there is a beautiful jewel that will help you to get anything you want out of life. So is being someone who's decisive something that's in you? You know, Think and Grow Rich, this wonderful, amazing book from Napoleon Hill in terms of the law of success, which was also written by Napoleon Hill. he wrote a whole chapter in this on decision. And in terms of you allowing it to impact your way of thinking, see, that's where things can change for you. But again, it's only if you make, it's kind of funny, right? If you make a decision, that's how you're going to live your life. So what I want to do is I want to share with you some excerpts from Think and Grow Rich from 2 different chapters, but they're just short little sections. Having said this, if you will use them and allow them to be fixed within you in terms of how you're thinking, you will see big changes in your life. So here, in terms of where we're going here, this is from the chapter on decision. Okay. Now pay close attention to what he says here. Because, Napoleon Hill, he studied people who were successful in life, and there was analysis that happened, which helped him to draw powerful conclusions, which are rooted in principle. He said, analysis of several hundred people who accumulated fortunes well beyond the $1 million mark. Now, remember, this was written in the early 1900s. Disclosed the fact that every one of them had the habit of reaching decisions promptly and of changing those decisions slowly if and when they needed to be changed. Another way for you to see this is these people who were very successful, they made decisions right where they were with whatever they had. They didn't do what the masses do, and in terms of the masses, they say, oh, I need to think about this. I need more information. I need to gather more information. No, they knew exactly what they wanted, and they made a decision right there and then, wherever they were, that's what they were going to do. And it was like that. Now he goes on to say people who fail to accumulate money without exception have the habit of reaching decisions, if at all, very slowly, and of changing those decisions quickly and often. They live their lives based on however the wind is blowing, and then they go with the wind, not understanding that a kite rises against the wind. Now think about that for a moment. Are you decisive? Or do you have to continually gather information and just put off the way that you would love to live? Well, that's not going to get you what you would love for your life. So you have to decide that whatever it is that you would love for your life, that's the way it's going to be. It's that or I perish. You have to fuse with it. Now, there's another important little chapter here. It's not a little chapter, it's amazing, that ties into understanding, that you've got to commit to what you would love for your life, but then you've got to find a practical and workable way for you to get there, because whatever it is that's happening in your life, you must have a practical and workable way for you to get there. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to live the life that you would love to live. It's very simple, my friends. Super, super simple. Now, in terms of organized planning, he talks about this in terms of like how most people, they just flow with, being indecisive and then nothing ever changes. Well, here in organized planning, he talks about this. Now, again, pay close attention to this and ask yourself, how can I make it so that this is how I think? And here he talks about a plan. Now, a lot of us, we've accepted the idea of stick with the plan, stick with the plan. No, you don't stick with the plan. You stick with the vision. You stick with how you've decided you want it to be. Now let's pay attention to this. This is so important. Napoleon Hill points out here, if the first plan you adopt does not work successfully, replace it with a new plan. If this new plan fails to work, replace it in turn with still another, and so on until you find a plan that does work. Now, here is the big jewel. Right here is the point where the majority of people meet with failure. Their lack of persistence to create a new plan, or to create new plans that take place of those which that fail. And he goes to point out, no one can accumulate money without practical and workable plans. Now, all of you ingrain that within you right now. The plan that you have must be practical and workable, otherwise you're not going to attain the goal. And he goes to point out that the most intelligent person living cannot succeed in accumulating money nor any other undertaking without practical and workable plans. Keep this fact in mind, that when your plans fail, the temporary defeat does not mean permanent failure. It may only mean that your plans have not been sound. Build other plans, start all over again. See, again, this ties to making sure that you're decisive about what you would love for your life. And by making a decision that you're going to stick to that vision, you're going to stick to the goal, and then you're going to maneuver through life to discover the plan along the way. You know, Steve Jobs said this so beautifully. You cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect the dots looking backwards. Having said this, when Steve Jobs made the decision that this is what we're going to introduce to you, I introduced to you iPhone. See, he made a decision. It was done. And I have news for you. He had no idea how it was going to happen in terms of getting all of that technology into this device. But guess what? Because of his decisiveness, because of him sticking with how he would love things to be, he led his whole team to discover the plan that was workable and practical of the device. So again, for you, ask yourself, how can I be more decisive? Now, remember, if you've been procrastinating, that's just because it's a habit. Okay, there may be all kinds of reasons, whatever, but primarily it's a habit. See, the way you're going to get really good at being decisive is by starting to be decisive, by making decisions and continually making decisions again and again, right where you are with whatever you've got. And from there, you'll be better at making decisions. So from here, I want to bring in Cleona because she has a wonderful presentation that ties into the importance of being decisive. So make sure you're taking lots of notes because, again, the only way that this is going to help you is if you take those notes and then you use what's being shared. Okay, so you got to use it.
That's right.
Here you go.
Troy, that was so wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you. You're amazing.
I love you too. You're amazing. This is how we roll at the Napoleon Hill Institute. We just love what we do, don't we?
Yes. It's not even work.
It's not work. You've heard us. We laugh, we joke, we play, but we work, but you can't call it work because it's creation. And we're just so grateful. We've attracted some of the best coaches in the industry, obviously Troy, and many others. You'll meet Dolly later, Lillian, and most of our team, came from a coaching background, a pretty significant success with coaching. And now we're leading the company. It's just so beautiful what we've created, Troy. I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Amazing.
So now I have to switch gears. And the topic of leadership and decision, for me, I take this very seriously. I love talking about leadership. I love talking about decision because, you see, I believe in the world today, we don't have enough leaders. And me, Cleona, I was chosen, I believe, and it's my definite purpose, is to create more leaders and to get this material to the masses. And so when we talk about leadership, we talk about decision, it's so very dear to my heart because I know how important it is. Okay, we've went over some amazing topics this week. We touched upon some of the laws of success. We couldn't go over them all, of course, but we chose a select few that we wanted to share with you this week. So let's just recap what we went over. For those that are just joining us today, welcome. I look forward to getting to know you all. So we talked about imagination and how to develop your imagination and how important your imagination is. We talked about the 6 ghosts of fear, and the most common fear is the fear of poverty from our research. And we talked about having faith. We talked about building faith through self-confidence. Self-confidence turns to belief. Belief turns to faith. And my goal, my definite purpose, why I'm put on earth, I know why, is to create a movement of free thinkers who walk in faith. Because that's what it's going to take, my friends. That's what it's going to take to create a shift on this planet that is much needed. And the world is crying out for leaders right now. There's too many people living in fear. And I will do whatever it takes. Our team will do whatever it takes to train people, to help elevate people, your thinking and your self-confidence, therefore your belief and your faith. And we talked about auto-suggestion as one of the tools, one of the most powerful tools in your tool belt that you can use to develop your self-confidence, belief, and faith. We brought in experts and will continue to do so. We also had the amazing Don Green on talking about the habit of doing more than what's paid for. And he lives by that habit. He lives by that habit. So the 15 laws of success, they're taught actually in 16 lessons, but today we're talking about the lesson of leadership. And these are the 15 laws. 1 is you must have a definite chief aim. And number 2, self-confidence. 3, the habit of saving. Now, saving doesn't mean just putting money away and letting it sit on a shelf. The habit of saving means investing your money as well. I believe money has to go to work for us. And if you know me, some of you know my personal life, my mom has done very well in business. She's made over $100 million easy. And what she always says, money has to go out and make babies. And we always laugh at that because it's true. You can't have money sitting on a shelf, sitting, rotting away somewhere. The money has to go out. Money is energy. It must circulate. You can't hold on to money tight. The money has to go out and circulate, and it will always come back to you if you have faith. It'll come back multiplied if you have faith. So the habit of saving really means to me the habit of making the money go to work. And then number 4 is what we're going to talk about today, initiative and leadership. Number 5, imagination. Number 6, enthusiasm, which comes from the Greek word entheos, which actually means, and I love this word, I didn't understand the word until I started studying this material. Enthusiasm means to be possessed by God, by spirit. Now think about that for a moment. That's how important enthusiasm, and that's why I believe Napoleon Hill made it one of the laws. He knew this. He knew enthusiasm means to go out into the world in spirit, to act in spirit, to be possessed by spirit. You know what that means because you meet people like that, and they exude this energy, and they're walking in spirit. It's so beautiful when you understand. And number 7 is the law of self-control. Number 8 is what Dawn is famous for, the habit of doing more than paid for. Number 9 is a pleasing personality. Number 10, accurate thinking. We talked about it the other day. No more lazy thinking, because if you're not thinking for yourself, whose thoughts are you thinking? Number 11, concentration. Number 12, cooperation. And being in the spirit of cooperation, having others to believe in your vision, you will create the spirit of cooperation. Number 13, profiting by failure. We call this failing forward. There's no such thing as failure. There's only lessons, and you will learn from those lessons what you need to learn. So therefore, you're failing forward. Number 14, tolerance. And number 15, practicing the golden rule, which is really do unto others as you wish done unto you. Treat others the way you would like to be treated. Leave everyone with the impression of increase. So these are the laws, and I had an idea for these laws, and we'll talk about it at the end. I have a little surprise for you all. You see, ideas just come to us. This is how it works. Ideas come from the ether. I woke up this morning and called the team and I said, I have an idea. Here's what we're going to do. And I'm going to tell you at the end what that idea is. So today, let's dive into one of my favorite topics, my friends. It's leadership and decision. What is a leader? This is so important. A leader has self-confidence. Now, as I read this, I want you to write down, take a note, and you're going to check off the attributes and the characteristics that you have today, okay? No judgment. You just have to be very honest with yourself, okay? So number 1, a leader has developed self-confidence. Number 2, a leader has belief in oneself. Number 3, a leader is forward thinking, 10 steps ahead. A leader doesn't just sit back and let things happen. They think, what will happen in 5 years from now? You always have to be 10 steps ahead. And a leader, it's one of my favorite parts, a leader takes initiative. Okay? A leader uses their imagination, not excuses or alibis. How many people do you know? We have so many followers. People are just not leading themselves. The first step to being a leader is learning to lead yourself. Okay? And we talked about imagination. Instead of making excuses for not getting something done or blaming somebody else, a lot of people have this habit. They never, ever take responsibility for doing it wrong or not doing what they were supposed to. Leaders use their imagination. They look for the solution. If they've done something wrong, they right away direct their thinking to the imagination. How can I fix this? They don't come up with excuses. There is no excuse when you're a leader. A leader has the instinct to direct and lead others. A leader has the ability to inspire others to grow and develop. Leaders, true leaders, great leaders, do not talk down to anyone. What they do is they lift others up to join them. That's a leader. It's not a dictator. A dictator's not a leader. Okay? A true leader wants to lift you up. I want to lift all of you up. And I get emotional about it because I'm so passionate about it. I see people walking as followers and they're not even leading themselves, their own life. You can have all. You can have it all when you learn to lead yourself. Like I had to learn to lead me. I have the money now. Thank you, God. I have the life. I have my children. I have everything I ever dreamed of. But now I have to give it back. Now I have to lift you up. You're coming with me. You must lead yourself. I'm developing an army of leaders. That's what we're doing here at the Napoleon Hill Institute. We're not here to play around. We're here to develop leaders. And I want you are a leader. Every single person that is watching this, wherever you are, from my heart, please understand you are a leader. There's just some programming that we have to work on and chip away and replace with new beliefs. But we will get you there. We will get you there to realize how powerful you are. And a leader operates with a burning desire. You feel my passion. You feel my heart. It's true. It's a burning desire. I'm obsessed with bringing people with me to realize their true potential. A leader operates from their definite purpose at all times. That's why we're here. A leader makes decisions quickly and changes their mind slowly. Have you seen, I see people all the time, even in a restaurant, they don't even know how to order from the menu. They look at their partner, they look at their friends. What are you getting? Well, what do you get? It's like, come on. Do you not even know what you want to eat? Like, look around. You will see. The masses, 95% of the world is not leading. Probably more right now. You must learn how to make decisions quickly and make them in faith. Make decisions backed by faith. That's what I do. I don't look around asking everybody for their opinion. Not a chance. Initiative and leadership. What is initiative, my friends? I love this. I love when I meet people that have this quality. Oh, I love them. I bring them with me everywhere. People on our team, Scott. Scott is a great example of someone who takes initiative. Troy, our team is filled with leaders. Why? Because they have these qualities. That's why they're here. That's why the Napoleon Hill Foundation chose us to lead this division, because we have these qualities. What is initiative? It's doing the right thing without being told. Oh, this is so good. Do you understand? Most people don't do the right thing unless they're told to do so. The universe is watching everything. God is watching everything, whatever you want to believe in this day. Every thought is monitored. Every intention, your true intention behind your words and your thoughts is being monitored. And it's all coming back by law. This is why we must take the initiative to do the right thing before we're told. Just go do it. Don't wait. This is not how you will lead your life. If you want great riches, if you want better relationships, you want better health, you want to grow spiritually with us, take the initiative. Be the leader, my friends. This is why we chose the lion in our logo. It wasn't by accident, because the lion is the leader. The lion is the leader. So what is initiative? Let's go deeper, my friends. I want you to get this. I want you to understand this. I want you to embody this. The world rewards those who take initiative in money and honor. That's why I always do things. I don't tell people what I'm doing. I just go do it. I take initiative. And for many years, my friends, I would give and do and give and do. And I didn't see the rewards. But guess what? I didn't care because I know the law. I know the law. Isn't that the most freeing? It's the most freeing feeling because I know the law. If I plant the seeds, they must harvest. They must. By faith, I walk in faith. My job is to plant the seeds. That's all. And yes, to walk with integrity, with honor, and take initiative. The law of compensation, as Emerson shared with us, you will be rewarded by number one. The law of compensation, what you earn in your life, is based on three elements. One, the need for what you do. Is there a need for what you do in the world? Well, there's a huge need for what we do. That's for sure, right? The whole world needs this, in my opinion. They need to know these laws. They need to know how to reprogram themselves, or nothing much will change on this earth. The need for what you do, number one. Number two, your ability to do it. Become great at whatever you do. Don't you dare settle for less and play small and dabble. Don't you dare dabble. Become great at everything you do. I'm always thinking about how to get better. I'm always challenging the team. How can we get better? We had a meeting this morning. I said, how can we get better? How can we get better? Take a note. Study yourself. How can I do better? Number three, the difficulty it is to replace you. The difficulty in replacing you become very difficult to replace. If you follow these and you embody these attributes and characteristics of a leader taking initiative, you will never be replaced. It's impossible. Anyone that knows these laws, they get this. And there's three types of people, and there's three levels of pay. And some of you, this might be a hard pill to swallow today, my friends, but that's okay. You're learning. You're here for a reason. Okay. So, Scott, I just want to check in with you. Is our connection good?
Yeah, we're all good, Cleone, yeah.
Okay. All right. So number three, so there's three types of people in and three levels of pay. Leaders who take initiative without being told. They're at the top of the food chain. Make a decision today that you're one of those people. Number two, good followers who are told what to do just once and they do it. Okay, that's the second level. And then the lower level of reimbursement and pay are those who do the right thing only when necessity kicks them from behind. They wait to the last minute and they get a good kick, and then they move into action. Those are the people that will always get the lowest pay in life, and not just money, in every area of life. That's not you. That's not who you are. What is initiative? Initiative is the belief in oneself. If you take initiative, you must have belief in yourself. It's that rare quality that prompts a person to do what needs to be done without being told. And first comes the thought, then the organization of those thoughts into plans, into action, and into reality. That last bullet alone, you must let that sink in. When you're a leader and you're taking initiative, first comes the thought, then you organize those thoughts into plans, into action, and into reality. That's a leader. They organize their thoughts and turn them into plans. And then from the plan, they move into action without being told what to do. Because they know the law, they know their higher faculties. They've reprogrammed themselves. They've replaced these limiting beliefs and lies and fears that were passed on to us from generations. Isn't it time to change the cycle? Isn't it time to break that cycle once and for all? Fear has no room in me. Fear has no room in you. Decision is the mastery over procrastination. And procrastination, my friends, is the enemy. It's at the top of the list that Napoleon Hill talks about, the 30 major causes of failure. Procrastination is right at the top. And the opposite of procrastination is decision. You must become one of the world's best decision makers. I love making decisions. I know every time I make a decision, I know I'm going to the next level now. Even if I'm afraid, I'm making that decision based on what I want, not based on what the world's telling me. I tap into my heart and I make a decision on what do I want. That's the opposite of procrastination. Procrastination must be conquered. You, my friend, you must learn to make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Make firm decisions. This is so important. This is so important. Please take this note and remember this. Write it down. Put it somewhere. When you're scared and you really want something and you want to make a decision, have this note and remember what I'm telling you here. Make a firm, committed decision from your own intuition, imagination. Quickly gather your facts. Quickly is the key word here. You must have information to make a decision. Use your intuition, your imagination, and also, if you're going to ask anybody for advice, it must be your mastermind. It can't be other people, strangers, other people's opinions, your family. Your mastermind, we have a mastermind here. We're all in harmony. We all have the same purpose. We all have the same goal. Your mastermind are the people that share the same vision as you. Those are the only people you should ever ask for advice from. And since I'm on that topic, never ask advice from someone who doesn't have what you want. Why would you ever ask for advice from somebody who doesn't have the results that you want? That, for me, is one of the biggest mistakes you could ever make. Results tell the truth. That's why I ask everybody, what are your results? Show me. Don't tell me. Everybody in this team knows. Show me, don't tell me. Because that's what was asked of me when I was learning this. When Bob Proctor was training us and I was given such an honor to lead in his company, he said, what are your results? He was right. He wanted to see where I was at in my awareness, in my results, told the truth. Never ask anyone for their opinion unless they have what you want, my friends. Protect yourself. This is your life. This is your life. You get one of them. We're not here for a long time, but we're here for a good time, and you better make it your life based on your decisions. I will never, ever live someone else's life again. And yes, I've had to turn down family members. I've had to disagree with family members. My family's told me I was crazy when I went on this personal development journey. And now what do they tell me? They're so proud. Imagine I had to listen to them. Imagine I had to listen to them when I was investing in courses and programs. I wouldn't be here today. I'd be living their life. I'd be living their life, my friends' lives, my family's life. Please remember this. Make your own decisions as a leader, because you are a leader. You know the answers. You have the answers. And this is so important. This is a key element to learning the law. When you understand these laws, this is so crucial. Decision, when you make a committed decision, and it comes from the Latin word decidere, which is a combination of two words, de, which means off, ceder, cut. And I could be pronouncing it wrong, apologies, but this is what the meaning is. To cut off. Decision means to cut off all other options, all sources of retreat, burning the boats, burning the ships, to cut off. When you make a decision, I wish somebody told me this years ago. I didn't know how important it was. And that's why Hill made a whole chapter on decision in Think and Grow Rich. That's why there's books on decision. When you make a decision, you flip your mind onto the frequency. When you make a decision of what you want, I'm doing this no matter what. This is how I make a decision. I don't dabble in a decision. I don't play around. I make a decision. My mind goes on to the frequency, and the how arrives. Because I cut off all other options. My mind goes on to the frequency of the how. I tap into my beautiful and gorgeous, powerful imagination. The imagination kicks in, and the way will be shown. This is how important decision is. If you don't make a decision, you will never know the how. Most people don't make decisions because they want the how first. It doesn't work that way. Change your thinking. I didn't know this 30 years ago. Decision. You cut off all sources of retreat, all other options. You demand from God and the universe, tell me the how. Your imagination kicks in, and there it is. The ideas start floating to you of the how. Oh, I can do it this way. I need to call this person. This is how I've got to where I am today. I love making decisions. I love making difficult decisions because I know I'm going to the next level, the next frequency, the next version of me. You must go back and study this. I'm giving you the key to change your life today, folks. This is the key. Decision opens the door to the how. The world is doing it the other way around. The 95% is stuck in fear because they need the how first. And that's why they're procrastinating. And that's why they're not achieving their goals. And that's why many don't have money and they're suffering. You will be provided, the way will be shown. God will give you what you need if you act in faith by making a decision. And you keep moving forward, and the way keeps showing, and you keep going, and you keep going. You are God's highest form of creation. And your spiritual DNA is perfect. You were born a leader. And it's our job to remind you of who you really are. And at Napoleon Hill Institute, this is exactly what we will do. We will go to the ends of the earth to wake up the masses and remind them of who they are. A leader with spiritual DNA that is perfection. Perfection. Some reprogramming through study, through understanding, and faith, with confidence, everything will change. I want you today to make a decision, make a committed decision that you are a leader. Make a decision that you will lead yourself from this day forward, no matter what. Make a decision to commit to studying yourself. Make a decision from this day forward, you lead your life. I want to tell you that it's my mission, it's our team's mission to change lives all over the world here at the Napoleon Hill Institute. We're bringing in more great speakers. We have calls later today. But I just want you to take this moment right now to make a decision from this day forward. You lead you. And you're not going to live from the outside in. This is my goal, this is my purpose, and this is my passion. I want to invite you, and I want to bring up someone so that you can meet one of our leaders in the company. If you feel this resonates with you, if you feel you want to join us on this world mission at Napoleon Hill Institute to create leaders, we are training coaches all over the world. We are creating an army. We call it NAP's army, Napoleon's army, to bring these teachings to the world. If you feel that resonates with you, there's an opportunity for you to join us and join our team. And we will train you. We will give you everything you need to run your own successful coaching business with us. You're part of the organization. We will give you everything you need. If that doesn't resonate with you, but you want to go further in your study, you want to learn more about these laws, we have something for you as well. Come join our community. I'm going to bring up, if Mario is there, I'd like to bring Mario up. And I want you, Mario, to tell everybody about the opportunity. I think the whole world should do this. I think the whole world needs to learn the law and needs to do the work. Mario, can you introduce yourself to everyone and tell them if there's anybody on here and they want to go further? I know we only have X amount of days to teach as much as possible. But if someone wants to join Napoleon Hill Institute and become a certified coach, maybe they're already a coach, but they want the community and they want the further training. Or maybe they just want to study further. How can someone join the Institute?
Sure, absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity. So I'm Mario Piccone. I'm the Senior Vice President of Sales and Strategic Development here at NHI. And I just want to touch upon one thing, Cleona, and this is something that many of you know. We've come from another company, the majority of the leaders here who've got a lot of experience. I actually was doing the calculation today. We probably have over 70, 80 years of experience. And I think I'm off on that number. With the experience that we have in the company to be able to bring and show and share our expertise, our awareness with other people that share the same passion. But one of the things that I really, before I joined you in NHI, if you remember, I sent you an email saying that I want to surround myself with people that can raise me up in my awareness, that I will have a lot of fun studying with, that is got a true mission of growth within the company. And I mean, the boxes were just all checked off. Okay.
I remember.
You remember that? And
Yeah.
that was my first consideration. It wasn't monetary, it was nothing of that sort whatsoever. And so knowing you're there, Troy is there, Scott is there, Chris is there, Lillian, Dolly. I mean, we've got so many, Kara's, Brenda Lee's, Tammy's. I mean, the names go on and on. But we all have that same mission. We all have that desire to truly bring this out to billions of people out there in the world. Because you're right, you know what? It is our duty to do that. Yeah. It is our responsibility to do that. But the opportunities that basically we have today, and I know you're going to add a little bit of a special thing to it after we speak, to it is we've got the opportunity for individuals to become global Napoleon Hill Institute coaches. Okay. And we're coming from the space of, we assume you know nothing about the business itself. So we've got a lot of business experience, and we have a lot of specialized knowledge within us to teach you how to understand, think, and grow rich, and the principles. And so we're going to share that. We go under those assumptions, right? And we also have, with that, we have the opportunity for people who say, like you said, no, I really don't have the intention of becoming a coach today. However, I want to be mentored. I want to increase my awareness. I want to create a better version of myself, a better life for myself and my family, a better business. I just want to be surrounded by like-minded people, right? Which we definitely are, because we definitely are that for sure. So right now, up until the end of the month, we have what we call a founders rate going on. So we are offering special rates for both programs. And we encourage people after this call, there's going to be a link dropped with regards to registering a call with our success advisors. I so much want people to understand that the purpose of the success advisors to add value to you. We're here to serve you. Okay. And I mean, you demonstrated that on today's call, that's for sure. So if you want to talk to what else we're kind of wanting to add to that, why don't you go ahead
the surprise that I thought of this morning?
Yes.
So, you know, as we were building the company and we're leading, and Mario, I'm just going to say it publicly right now, I love you, and I'm so grateful that you chose to come and lead with me. And it's just been a magical experience. We've only been going a short time, but we literally had a waiting list within the first month. We had a waiting list. And I said, wait, hold on a minute. Close the door, Mario. I want this to be the best in class. But, you know, now we're opening the door to bring in a certain number of founders. If you want to be a founding member, and Mario, can you explain? I don't have if you become a founding member of Napoleon Hill Institute, what's the difference?
So I actually had to write it down because I don't remember all the things that we give to founding members, because we just keep giving. But so the founders rate is up until the end of this month, up to the 28th. Okay. And we're looking at building out or finding a building. I think Cleona, you actually have the building in your mind of where we want to be.
Yes, in New York City. So we're going to have our building here in New York City. It's up Upper West Side, Manhattan, near where Andrew Carnegie's mansion is. So we're going to have our headquarters in that building.
Okay, so she's already had that image in her mind. Okay,
Yeah.
that's where we operate from. So we're going to have the opportunity for founders to have lifetime access to the Napoleon Hill, New York City offices, where if you're in town, you can come, you can study, you can hold your calls, bring people in, and really enjoy the environment. Okay. We're going to have a plaque with all the founding members there representing them. And that's such a big thing because it's an honor to be part of, knowing that you're part of something special, especially in the beginning, and you're watching the baby grow, you're watching the child grow, and it's a beautiful thing there. There's an autographed Think and Grow Rich book by Don Green, our unbelievable, I can't say enough of that gentleman. He's one of the most humble gentlemen you've ever met in your life. And we're also going to have the opportunity with leadership to actually go visit Don at
Yes.
the headquarters in Virginia to
Yes.
see the archives.
Yes. That's, for me, that was the most powerful experience. One of the most powerful experiences of my life was when I went to the Napoleon Hill Foundation in Virginia, where all of Napoleon Hill's archives are there, his original manuscripts. I've got some of them here that Don sent me, but our founders are going to come with us down to the actual headquarters of the foundation. And it's not open to the public. It's not a museum. It's by invitation only. Don said that our founding coaches can come down, see Napoleon's manuscripts, his books, everything is there. It's his typewriter. What else did we see that he had?
His glasses, his hat,
his love letters,
pictures, everything.
His love letters.
But just with that, it's going to be an organized visit to Don's office. So please, if you're a founding member, don't just show up. Okay.
Don't show up. You cannot show
But
up.
I think it actually goes even beyond that, Cleona. It's to give everybody an understanding of Napoleon Hill Institute. We've been given the global rights to introduce people to information of Napoleon Hill as of now that people have not seen out there in the world yet. We've been given opportunities to create programs with that material. And there's a lot of things that we're going to be coming up with. So this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg, really. There's so much underneath that water, right? And then obviously things like pins, journals, workbooks. There's a lot of other literature things that we will be giving up. But those are kind of the core. And then there is special pricing that we're offering. There's a $5,000 discount that we're offering, and the price is going up after February 28th. So that's kind of what...
To become a founding coach.
To becoming a founding member, founding Napoleon Hill Institute Global Coach. Yeah.
And if somebody, let's say somebody doesn't have a desire to be a coach, what can they do if they want to join us? So they don't want to they want to keep studying with us.
So what we do right now is we have, and you're going to introduce something soon, is we have a mentorship, 6-month mentorship, teaching them to think and grow rich. So they're going through all of the principles. We're going to teach them at a very core level so that they truly understand that there too. I mean, there's weekly calls with that. There's a digital program with Think and Grow Rich that goes with that. They actually get and become part of, as a bonus, to be part of the daily study that we offer every day. Okay. And there's also other benefits and bonuses on the coaching side. But when we have a call with the success advisor, we'll go through all the details. There's just way too much to go through now, but we'll give you all the details. If you're somebody that has been looking to become a coach for a while, okay, or somebody that is a coach with another organization, I promise you, if that you're very honest with yourself, you will see what we have to offer to be something completely, it'll blow your mind. It really, really will. Yeah. And it's not just the money part of it. It's what we have to offer and what we're going to be giving.
Yeah. We really care because I'm a coach, you're a coach, and we know what coaches need to be successful. And when we design these programs and we're still adding and adding value, keep adding, we said, okay, what did I need when I started my coaching business? Exactly. What do I wish someone taught me or gave me? You know, I became one of the most successful coaches quickly in another organization. But we're giving you everything we wish we had have got in the beginning. We're giving you the playbook. So I think if you're a coach and you're looking for that community, almost like that family, we're the right place. And then you can learn about the different coaching programs that we have. If you don't want to be a coach, there's something for everybody.
100%.
The daily study is so powerful. We have a study class every day at 10 a.m. where Troy goes through the teachings. It's so good. So do you want me to tell them about the surprise that I came up with this morning?
Of course, that's what everybody's waiting for. Let's go.
All right. I love surprises. But you see, it's what we teach. You have to go the extra mile. You have to
That's
give
right.
more than what you're paid for. So I decided today, I'm loving teaching the laws of success with you today and this week, but it's not enough. I said to Mario this morning, I said, I want to go deeper. I want to take them through all of the laws, study them inside out like a scientist, and share these principles with our people. So I decided we're going to create a program, The Law of Success. It's a 6-month course that you will come study with me every week. And I'm thinking it's going to be on a Wednesday, but don't, pick that date yet. It's going to start at the end of March. And everybody who signs up for any of our programs this weekend, whether you become a coach or you join the mentorship, you're going to get it for free for 2 months. You're going to get the Law of Success free with me for 2 months. That's going to be my gift to you. I'm going to meet you every week for 90 minutes to 2 hours. And we're going to go through all of the laws together. I'm going to coach you. Our team, our leadership team will be there as well to coach you and help you through it. So that's my gift to all of you.
And if we know that everything operates by law, and we know that that's a fact, the power of what you're going to teach is an you have to have that in order to create the success you want. It's just an absolute must. And the thing, sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say, I love this live stuff because these are the bloopers. I just got to say, everything that you've taught today and that Troy's taught in the previous days and today as well, I've come to one thing is it's all comes from ignorance when you don't get the results you want. Through the study that we're teaching is going to give you that awareness to be able to apply what we're telling you to apply. We've done it. We're doing it. We continue to doing it.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this. I don't wonder whether it works or not. We know it works.
We know it works.
It's the application. And that's the best thing that I believe we have here at NHI and Napoleon Hill Institute, the ability to be able to show you the way, to show you the steps, to show you the process of success, to create the results you want in your life, whatever they may be for you. Okay, because they're not all the same for everybody. But there's no doubt in my mind that we can help you do it.
Yeah. And just so you know, our leaders, Mario, Scott, Troy, me, and Dolly, and all the rest of the team, the leadership team, we get into every call. We're in there helping everyone. We're in the group calls. We're in the breakout sessions. We're in there to help you when our goal is to create results in your life. And if we're not doing that, we're not doing our job right. That's the way I look at it, Mario.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So what does someone do now? Next steps for somebody that wants to get in touch?
Yeah. So the next steps is somewhere in the chat here. I believe it's going to be in our Facebook group and our YouTube and an email we're going to send you. There's going to be a registration link. Okay. Where people are going to click on and it's going to bring them to a calendar. And that calendar will give them, there's a number of success advisors that'll be ready to serve. And whatever date and time you choose, it'll drop you into that slot. One thing that I want to stress is the success advisors that you're going to be speaking to, we're all here to work together. We're all here to serve you with the same purpose. So it doesn't matter who you're speaking to. We've all been in this business for a long time. We know what we're talking about. Okay. And we can help you. Okay. I want to stress that.
Yeah. And I want to talk to them too. So maybe.
Yeah. Well, you're one of them. So
okay, good. So put them. I want to meet everybody. get me on the list. So if calls come in, I'll take calls
You're
too.
in the calendar. But I just want to stress that the important part about this is what Cleona was saying, creating the urgency, making that decision quickly.
Yeah.
All you're doing is making a decision to get on a call. That's all you're doing. Okay. But that's a path to success, right? Don't allow the outside circumstance to dictate whether you call somebody or not. If this resonates with you, make the appointment. Have somebody speak to you.
Yeah. There's something for everyone here. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
I think the whole world needs to be here because we're going to make a big shift in the world. I really do.
We definitely are here to disrupt the industry. That's for sure.
We are, and we're doing it, Mario.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
So I look forward to meeting you all, and we're going to work over the weekend because we're getting a lot of messages. People are saying that they want to learn more. So Mario is in charge of that department, and you just follow those instructions. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. But remember, you are a leader. No matter what you do, you lead yourself. You make decisions quickly and you take initiative. You don't sit around waiting for somebody to tell you what to do. Okay? This is so important. So go back and watch this again. Remember, repetition is the key. Repetition. Okay? So thank you, Mario.
My pleasure. I look forward to speaking with everyone.
Me too. I'll see you all soon. And then, Scott, why don't you come up here and announce who do we have later today?
Okay, hey Cleona. Yeah, so we have Letford Fate today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's in the Facebook group, on YouTube, and of course we're on TikTok as well. So we have Letford Fate. So the homework, Cleona, we just need to give everyone the homework. We want you to make a decision to read Decision in Think and Grow Rich. And there was just one more thing, Cleona, that I wanted to point out that Mario was talking about, which is so crucial when it comes to making a decision. And when I needed to make a decision, it held me back, and it's in the book. And I just want to bring it up really quickly now. If everyone can see this, the majority of people who fail to accumulate money sufficient for their needs are generally influenced by the opinions of others. They permit the newspapers and the gossiping neighbors to do their thinking for them. And this is so important. When you see, when you make a decision, making the decision to read the decision chapter, you're going to be influenced by other people. This is what we were talking about yesterday, setting boundaries of space and time. Go away and do your own thinking yourself. Don't allow anyone to sway you with their opinion. And Cleona touched on that before. Where would Cleona be if she allowed that to happen? And that's something that I really struggled with. But that's the homework, Cleona, is make a decision to read Decision today.
Yes, become a great decision maker. Yep. And Scott, if you didn't make your decisions, you wouldn't have ended up working for Bob Proctor for so many years side by side, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Did other people try to sway you otherwise, or tell you
exactly? So my own parents, I had, and this is what's interesting. Everyone at the minute, their life is full. Okay, and my life was full. You have your own job, you have your own group of friends and everything else. You have to give up things in order to get new things. It's the law of sacrifice. And so when you're making a commitment to give up something, whether it be money, whether it be your time, there are people who are going to influence you because they don't want you to change. They don't want you to leave because they have to adapt to your absence. This is what Bob used to teach as well. So you've got your own paradigm, and then you've also got other people influencing you around you all the time. So, and again, it was my own parents, it was my own friends, it was the company themselves saying that they didn't want me. So there's so many things, but it all comes down to being influenced by the opinions of others, and that's what Hill was saying. He found this with every single person who had a difficulty accumulating money or making decisions. It's being influenced by the opinions of others. It's procrastination.
Procrastination. I was the master of it for years. I couldn't make a decision. It's just there's books on decision. I mean, this is how powerful it is. So I'm glad you made the decision, Scott, to join us at Napoleon Hill Institute. I don't know what I would do without you. I'm so grateful for you. And so are our
I
clients.
just love it, Cleo, and I love every single day here. It's just so much fun. It's exactly where I want to be, and the whole team as well. This is the type of environment. It sounds like a bit of a utopian concept, but this is real. This is happening right now in our company. People love what they do every single day, and you make the amount of money you earn from doing it is just through the roof, and anyone can do it as well. Anyone can do this, as long as they make the decision. And it's as simple as that. Remember, we procrastinate for 3 reasons. There's only 3 reasons we procrastinate. Number 1, we don't know how to do it. Number 2, we might not want to do it. And number 3, we think there's something more important to do first, which delays the decision making. So that's why it's so important. Set those boundaries of space and time, and go away today and read Decision in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
And do it now, which came from W. Clement Stone. He made this little button back in the early, I don't know, 1900s, maybe in the 50s, I don't know. But this is an actual one of his little metal buttons that he created. And when he partnered with Napoleon Hill and created the Napoleon Hill Institute. So there you go. Do it now. Yeah. Okay, well, I want to thank you, Scott, and thank you to Mario and everyone watching this today. Please go back and watch the replay. We're here to support you, even if you have questions. I'm going to go off this call and go in the Facebook to see who needs help, and then we will see you at 2 o'clock when Lefford Fate comes on. Let me tell you guys, do not miss that one. Lefford Fate is one of our master coaches. He's a Napoleon Hill Institute master coach. He's a certified coach for many years from other organizations, but he knows this material inside out, and his story, wait till you hear his story. It's so powerful. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone, and I will see you at 2 p.m.